head.
Yeah.
But when you come to our group, you can say exactly what you want and what you've done, and that is the release there. Because I found that when I was going through my anxiety times, I didn't want to reach out to anyone, to be honest, because it were horrendous, you know.
And it feel silly as well.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
So like everyone gets anxiety, but like it's the from personal experience, and I'm very open about my mental health problems because I don't see any point in hiding it. It doesn't make it go away, unfortunately. It's funny just to circle, but I'll circle back to that in a second. But like you said about failure, and I've got a song that we're going to do to accompany this podcast called Failure, funnily enough. But I remember like just on that point before, like I was like probably really bad for like the last couple of months. Like I don't really get depression like a daily basis. I have all struggle with anxiety, pains and stuff. But I never really have like depression. But okay, like twice a year it'll just descend on me. You know, and I can see it rolling over the mountains. And so I've been bad for a couple of months, but I hadn't really talked to anyone about it. And I talked to Dodgy about it on the way to a gig on the radio. And I just felt instantly better just to get everything that was going on out. Like, because I was just having like, because you just get internal conversations to yourself. And like, if you're depressed, you aren't the person that should be counselling yourself.
No.
And that isn't like, internal monologue isn't good for you.
No.
Like, that's not going to help you because you're not going to be able to answer your own problems, especially when you're like fucked up depression. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I generally try to set goals. Like, this is a goal tonight. Because my anxiety today were creeping in.
Yeah.
And I've been at home all day working from home.
For tonight?
Yeah, just for tonight to come and talk. Even so, I love talking.
Mm-hmm.
But something
I know, yeah.
Yeah, something in my head starts to think, yeah, you don't really want to do this, do you?
Yeah.
But I really do want to do a podcast because I want. That's what I've always wanted to do.
Telling my wife like yesterday, like how excited you were to do it. Like, when I was speaking to you.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden the anxiety comes in, and it's kind of like looking at my phone. What shall I text? Shall I tell them I'm at work? And that's what was going on in my head.
Yeah.
And so I set goals. So like my goal tonight was to come here tonight without actually cancelling it. And here I am.
So you've reached your goal, which is
and that's what I always trying to do is, and this is what we do with people, is try and get them to set some kind of goal. And it don't work for everybody, but it works for a majority of people. I always try to do stuff that make me a little bit nervous, just so I can overcome it. But sometimes, like you say about anxiety, is sometimes it just overwhelms you and it takes over your life.
I've had times. I had time recently, remembering when we were going over to see Chris and Anna, and I just had like I get like chest pain, anxiety, and then it goes just all through my bones. Yeah. But like when I get a bad panic attack, normally I can I get it daily, but I can deal with it. Sometimes it just something like, I guess it was because maybe if I like delved into it because it was a new place, hadn't been before, like it wasn't just you. I'm cool with you, like, but like just don't really know Chris and Anna that well, and like a new play. I guess I wasn't actually worried about it, but like some of my brain deep down,
it was mental because obviously
having like a 40-minute panic attack in the car.
Yeah.
We were driving down the motorway, and I'm just like jumping to pull over. Like I can't really go on the if I have to go on the hard shoulder, I will go on the hard shoulder. But we've got a junction coming up here, and obviously it was. I'm trying to concentrate on the road, but at the same time trying to make sure that he's okay. Yeah. Now, I know he's okay to a certain degree. But obviously, if he needs to get out of the car, I need to be ready to just sort of like break out you get, because you know.
See, I don't think about that kind of thing. You know, like how. I only think about afterwards, like how much it must affect. Because like when you're having an anxiety attack, you're just doing it alone. Like you're not paying attention to what's going on because you're so focused on what's going on internally, and like the pains and the brain's going 10 to the dozen, and you think about every single possible outcome ever since the world began. Like,
it keeps me on my feet.
You know?
My wife says I can't fucking multitask. Well, fuck you, Nina.
Hilarious.
But yeah, with anxiety, I mean, when I look back, I've probably had it a long time, but not really recognised it, because I remember going on holiday and stuff and not being able to swallow in restaurants and thinking, my God, I'm going to die.
I've had that as well, mate.
My wife's like, and my kids are saying, oh, my dad's having a funny turn and stuff like that. So it was like a little bit of a joke. Yeah. But for like 2 or 3 days, I'd feel like really like rough on holiday, and then it'd disappear. But I never really thought much of it. I just sort of like battled on and thought something to do with jet lag or something. I don't know. Yeah. And then, like you said, going to a different place. I went to Scotland about 2 years ago, and I had the worst anxiety I could possibly imagine. I went with one of my. We go every year, and I got there, and all I did was just sweat, and it was spring. It wasn't even hot, but one of them really cold sweats that are really
I know
uncomfortable.
it's anxiety. I get
Yeah.
it. I know,
For 2 days I had that.
yeah,
And we were sleeping rough as well, so that made it even worse. And
Oh
I
yeah,
just,
yeah.
I just wanted to come home.
Should be comfortable, don't you?
Yeah, but the second date started to ease, and then I were all right after that. So we went to Scotland again, and I were fine. But I went to Scotland a month ago, and the anxiety came back with a vengeance, and we're in exactly the same place.
Yeah.
And I don't even know why we're there, to be honest. But my mate, he's actually one of the trustees for the charity, but he understands it in a way, but he doesn't really understand it, if you get what I mean.
Yeah,
He-
yeah.